What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, just not the PokeTuber, coach of your Piedmont Triad Kickers, coming at you today with our draft analysis for Season 8 of the BHDL. Today, we are the reigning champs, so hopefully we can, come in and make a storm and defend our championship, So, just like last season, we were gifted 115 points to draft 9 to 11 Pokemon, as well as 30 points for us to draft our Terra Captains. We were also, and there's also, for those of you who are wondering, we're doing high tier Terra, so some mons you typically wouldn't see able to Terra can Terra this time around. We have a 9-week season and then playoffs, so hopefully just like last season you see us for 12 wonderful weeks, and uploads are not required, but if we're uploading this, clearly we have every intention of uploading. So in regards to the draft order, your boy's number 13 out of 16 different coaches, so we had a pretty tough order. And, we have a lot of familiar faces: Zachmander, Biridu, Nitor, Abomination, Cody, Lazy Boy, Matzo, Omega VGC, King Burra, Stefan, Prater 54, Lens, TK Sanity, Zeus, and Pokemaster 88. We have been in drafts with all these guys and girl. We have played everyone here except for, well, the one girl. And hopefully this season we can change it around. However, I have been in drafts with Lens, so, just never had a chance to play her. But yeah, guys, we've gone over the rules, we've gone through the draft. I think the only thing left to do is to get into the team. So for my first round, I really wanted Cinderace, as you guys know, but apparently Cinderace got sniped. I woke up and I was heartbroken. My bunny was gone. But you know what? I can't monopolize Cinderace, so it is what it is, right? So I decided if I can't get my round 1, I'll go with my round 2, which was none other than Pebbles, the Ogerpon Wellspring, who is also my Terra Captain this season. So I was thinking, how about last season? This is my kill leader, but it couldn't Terra, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, what if I just Terra it then? Because 9 times out of 10, the only thing that stopped this thing for getting sweeps was Ivy Cudgel might ever be so short of a kill, but now because of the Terra button, oh yeah, great, get the idea. So we have Ogerpon on the team, who is a really fast and strong physical attacker with 120 attack and 110 speed. When this mon oh my goodness, god dang it! See, I'm in too many different drafts. I'm in VGC and I'm in singles, and now I'm trying to switch my brain from VGC to singles. So guess what, guys? You get to see some content that people probably wouldn't get to see otherwise because I'm not cutting this out. But yeah, when this thing Terras, it gets a boost to its SpDef stat because of its ability. So this mon becomes a lot bulkier whenever it Terras. And it has a pretty good move pool to make use of its typing. So for example, it has the signature move Ivy Cudgel, so whenever we Terra, that becomes a delete button, basically. We also have access to the move Horn Leech, which allows us to heal as we attack and do really good damage. On top of that, we also get Play Rough to deal with those pesky dragons who think they can try to wall us because of our grass and water typing. And last but not least, we also get Knock Off, which is a really good move for utility purposes in regards to removing items. And even though I said last but not least, there's actually one more thing I forgot to mention, and that's also the fact that this Pokemon gets Swords Dance, which allows it to set up and go for sweeps. It's that simple. Like a +2 Ivy Cudgel from a Terra Ogerpon probably deletes you even if you resist it, which is kind of crazy. And if it doesn't, one of the many coverage moves this mon gets can probably get it done. But yeah, that is Ogerpon. So when you draft a Wellspring, something that's very common is you'll fight people who try to counter team you with Terra Grass. So I wanted to build a team. I really wanted to use Ogerpon, so I wanted to build a team that could help deter the grass, because you want to bring it and then I can just screw you over anyway, right? So for our second round draft pick, since we couldn't have our 119 speed Cinderace, we decided to go with the next best thing in the form of Shinobu the Sneasler, who is our basically our grass deterrent. So like, this Pokemon is a poison fighting type. You don't want to bring your grass types into this Pokemon, especially because we have base 130 attack with 120 speed, so we hit pretty hard. Like, yes, the bulk is very pitiful, but I feel like when you hit this hard and you're that fast, you gotta bounce them on out somewhere, right? So this Pokemon has access to a move called Dire Claw, which has a 30% chance to sleep, poison, or para something. You can't burn anything with this move, otherwise the move really would be over the top. But the fact that you have that move with the ability Poison Touch, so basically you can just stack the odds of getting a status. It also has access to the ability Unburden, so we want to run like, I don't know, like White Herb shenanigans, because we do get close combat, hit the steel types, or we could also just run like normal gem for fake out or focus sash, because we can just try to set up, let something hit us really hard. You hit our focus sash and then we're +2 speed with +2 attack basically. This Pokemon also has access to the move Throat Chop, which allows it to hit ghost types that would otherwise wall it out. And it also has access to the move Upper Hand, which allows it to beat Pokemon that try to out-prioritize it. So this mon is basically an all-around offensive package, especially considering, like Ogerpon, it also has access to Sword Stance, so I can set up, go for sweeps, and call it a day. But yeah, that is Sneasler, mainly here just to help with the grass matchups. And then speaking of helping with the grass matchups, I wanted a bulky grass type, as well as a grass type that could maybe benefit, my other 2 Pokemon could benefit from. So for the 3rd round, we decided to pick up none other than Bam Bam the Rillaboom, who really helps out Sneasler and Ogerpon, because for starters, Sneasler's really weak to ground. Bam Bam has the ability Grassy Surge, which allows us to set grassy terrain on coming onto the field. So it weakens the power of Earthquake as well as like a few other ground moves, not all of them though. Bam Bam is also really bulky with 100 HP, 90 defense, and 70 split F. It also has really hard hitting with 125 attack. It is pretty slow with 85 speed. However, Grassy Glide is one of its most used moves, which you can take advantage of on the grassy terrain. Ogerpon also has access to Grassy Glide, which you can use because of Rillaboom. So we have priority on both these Pokemon. Well, actually, up till now, I have like priority on everything technically. Rillaboom also has access to high horsepower, which allows it to hit the fire and steel types that would wall it otherwise, as well as having access to the move Knockoff, which you can use for utility purposes. And if you don't want to Grassy Glide something, you can hit something really hard with Wood Hammer. And if you want to boost this thing and go for the sweep with Grassy Glide anyway, it does have Sword Stance just like Ogerpon and Sneasler does. So yeah, this Pokemon's really hard hitting, and it also synergizes really well with Ogerpon and Sneasler. Happy to have you on the board. So for the next round, we knew we needed to try to grab a spinner before it was too late, because spinners fly off shells like it's like a firework. It's like a fireworks sale on the 4th of July. Like they just fly off the shelf. So we really needed something that was going to be able to last us for the whole season, especially considering we don't have Cinderace. So I needed something that's a really reliable removal. And I'm sitting here like, well, what's more reliable than this Pokemon, who in my opinion is the best spinner after the 3 great elephants, in the form of Cyclizar, who I nicknamed Mars. So for the first time ever in the BHDL, we will be drafting Mars, who is a very, and I do mean very, fast spinner with 121 speed. And because of its attack stats being 95 and 85 respectively, you can actually use it on either side of the spectrum. And even though the bulk is very pitiful, it has access to the ability Regenerator, which basically means you can get longevity out of it no matter what. It also has access to, you know, some pretty cool moves. Like for example, if you want to use it as a special attacker, it does get Draco Meteor, which is a very hard hitting special move. And it's strong enough you can throw like Life Orb or Specs on it and actually expect to do like real damage. As I alluded to earlier, it gets Rapid Spin. It's gonna be my spinner, my only spinner. Spoiler alert! If I'm telling you, I'm saying it like it is, right? But on top of Rapid Spin, it also has other utility options in the form of Knockoff. So I have 3 different mons that get Knockoff. So yeah, your items. Hopefully you don't get too attached to them. And then also, to deal with fairy types, this mon does get access to the move Iron Head, which allows it to hit fairy types, which it would otherwise be weak to. And Sneasler can kind of help with the fighting matchups, albeit Sneasler isn't like a fighting switch in per se, but you know, there is, I need to point that out. And then last but not least, we have Shift Gear. So just like my other 3 Pokemon, if I want to set up with this mon, I have the option of doing that. We're probably not going to do that all the time, but maybe just like a week or 2 we can get away with doing that. You never know. But yeah, that is Cyclizar. So up till now, I have drafted a lot of really strong physical attackers, and I felt like it was time for me to try to build out my special offense as well. So for the first time since Season 1 of BHDL, the Piedmont Triad Kickers decided to pick up none other than the Chiest of U's, Chi-Yu. I really wish I could nickname it, but I have the shiny one that Game Freak gave us, so unfortunately it cannot be nicknamed. But Homie's a really strong special attacker, 135 special attack, as well as its ability Beads of Ruin, which allows you to drop special defense by 25%. It's also really fast with 100 speed, and oh my gosh, this thing is actually pretty bulky. I didn't know his bulk was this good. 120 split F and 80 defense, that's actually pretty good. The only thing holding it back is at 55 HP, but I mean, the bulk itself, like the defensive stats, are actually pretty nice. This Pokemon is a Fire Dark type, so it can basically spam its typing because nothing really wants to deal with fire and dark unless you're like a Flash Fire Dark type, I guess. So like this mon gets flamethrower, which you can kind of just spam. Same for dark pulse. You can't spam overheat, but I mean if you really want something dead, you can definitely make it dead. Or if you don't want to click overheat, you can also just click nasty plot, because a +2 flamethrower will hit a lot harder than a neutral overheat, just saying. And also at +2, like you're really just getting mauled over by this Pokemon, especially considering it also gets access to the move Flame Charge. So if you thought you could try to outspeed me, you can't. Like your choice scarfs, it won't matter. That's all I'm saying. That's Chi-Yu. And now and of course I decided I wanted to get another special attacker to continue to help with the special offense, as well as a Pokemon that could help with speed control. So I decided to pick up for the 6th round, because his mom is only 4 points for some reason, Vikavolt. So we're drafting Horacio for the first time ever in the BHDL. We've actually won 2 leagues with Vikavolt now. Maybe 3. I think it might be 3 leagues with Vikavolt. But either way, this mon and me, we gel together. This mon is a really hard-hitting mon with 145 special attack. Matter of fact, its special attack is so high, you don't even need to invest into it unless you just really want to. A lot of times you can just invest to the bulk and then just let it hit things, because it can pick up kills on stuff even with no investment anyway, because of how maxed out its special attack is. Now, the cost of that was its speed. I really wish this mon was a whole lot faster, but you know what? It is what it is. This Pokemon is mainly here to do a few things, but the main thing is to do speed control. So something it really likes to click is Discharge, which has a 30% chance of paralyzing anything it touches, as well as just doing damage. The move is slightly weaker than Thunderbolt, which we also have access to, and maybe every once in a while we'll run Thunderbolt instead of Discharge. It really just depends on the situation. If you want to make use of that bug stab though, we do have access to Bug Buzz, which we can really use to hit, like, you know, dark types, psychic types, stuff like that. This Pokemon also has access to the move Volt Switch, which is a way for us to like pivot in and out on stuff, as well as having access to Sticky Web for the speed control we've been trying to desire. Rarely will this mon actually outspeed stuff on Sticky Web, as pitiful as that sounds. However, it really benefits my other Pokemon, because it's very unlikely you can be -1 speed and outspeed them. And then last but not least, this Pokemon can also hit ground types. You're an electric type, they can hit ground types. Can't ask for more than that. We love you, Vikavolt. So next, I knew so all the Pokemon I have up till now, right, they have good natural bulk, but they're like, I don't have like tanks, right? So I needed something that can help help us out with that. So we didn't really draft any tanks or anything, but we did pick up though was a pair of keys named Klefki, who we nicknamed Serena, because when I think of Klefki, I think of Serena from the anime, because of the there's like a competition she would enter, and every time you would win, a Klefki would present the prize. So I kind of just think of that, right? So Klefki has way better stats than I thought it did. Only thing that's pitiful to me is the HP, but everything else for what I thought it was going to be is actually pretty good. So I do think Klefki has good all around stats, as crazy as that sounds, because I thought they were going to be way worse. But so Klefki helps us with the damage though, because this mon has the ability Prankster, which means it always goes first if it's using a non-damaging move. So we do get moves like Reflect and Light Screen, so that's one way to help us mitigate damage. We also get Spike, so it also deters my opponents from wanting to swap their Pokemon in and out, because we're hitting you hard, you can't hit us that hard, and we have hazards up. Also, Sneasler does get T-Spikes if you ever want to like go that route, and Ogerpon also gets Spikes, so we have a lot of ways to set hazards. This Pokemon also has T-Wave to give us further speed control, because Chi-Yu and Ogerpon aren't always going to be able to outspeed everything, you know? And last but not least, we get Magnetize to help us with our ground weakness that Klefki, Chi-Yu, and Sneasler would have, but because of Magnetize, guess what? We don't have to worry about that stuff. So yeah, that is Klefki. Happy to have you on the team. So for the next, my next pick, I knew I needed a Stealth Rocker, because at this point we have all the hazards. We're just missing Stealth Rocks. And the Pokemon I was looking at was also a potential spin blocker, so I felt like, okay, we're checking some boxes here, so maybe I should go for this Pokemon. So for the next round, we decided to pick up none other than Palosand. You know, it's a sandcastle that we nicknamed Sandy Cheeks. Shout out to our friend Matt Silver trading us this shiny Palosand. So Palosand has pretty good bulk, 100 special attack with really good offense with the 100 special attack, as well as really good bulk with 110 defense, 85 HP and 75 SPDF. This Pokemon is mainly here to be a rocker as well as a spin blocker. It gets access to moves like Shadow Ball. We also have access to the move Earth Power. So we can use these moves to do like decent damage because once again, it has base 100 special attack. You can make use of that. This Pokemon also has access to Shores Up. So we have Recovery because Shores Up heals us by 50%. This mon also has access to the move Nightshade, which we can use to do. I need you guys to understand something. On average, the mons on your team, HP wise, they're going to be somewhere between 300 and 400, which means Nightshade can and will kill you in 3 to 4 turns. Which on a mon as bulky as this, it's a very slow and boring way to go about it, but hey, you can get it done. And last but not least, this mon does get Stealth Rock, which I alluded to as being one of the main reasons I drafted it. So yeah, Palossand's on the team. Happy to have you. It's been a while. Nice to see you back. Now, for our next draft pick, we knew at this point we needed some more special offense for the team. So I decided, you know, this mon was still here. Why not go for this mon? We picked up Tornadus, who we nicknamed Piccolo. I think that's very self-explanatory. So yeah, we wanted a very strong special attacker as well as a mon that can honestly be versatile on the offenses anyway, because Tornadus has 125 special attack as well as 115 speed, so it can actually function as a physical or a special attacker, or I guess you could be mixed if your heart desires. We have 111 speed, so we're gonna be outspeeding a lot of stuff. And some of our notable moves, we have Bleak Wind Storm, which is actually a signature move, believe it or not. We also have Nasty Plot to help us boost our stats on the special side, but we also have Bulk Up to help us boost our stats on the physical side. And we also have access to the 2 moves, Rain Dance and Sunny Day, which I feel like benefits my team because Ogerpon or Chi-Yu can benefit from those weathers being set, as well as Tornadus because Tornadus does have access to the move Weather Ball. And on top of having Weather Ball, this Pokemon just has a ton of coverage. Like, it's very unlikely this Pokemon cannot touch you. I'm just saying. So, happy to have you aboard, Tornadus. For the next round, I really wanted to get another Terra Captain and one that I could actually maybe bring to games, which is really hard because Ogerpon costed 25 of my 30 points. So finding a 5-pointer that could also be good in games was kind of hard, but then I saw this mon on the board and I'm sitting here like, I'm pretty sure you're only 5 points because the other commissioners slept on you, but I'm not going to make the same mistake. So for the 10th round, we decided to pick up none other than Little Miss Alcremie. Yes, we nicknamed her Little Miss. She's our Alcremie. We haven't had her in quite some time, but I do think very highly of this Pokemon. It has pretty good stats, all things considered. 121 Split F and 110 Special Attack, which is kind of what you would want to see on a Calm Mind Sweeper because, yes, the defense is not the highest, but you can just Calm Mind, run max defense, and not really worry about that, right? This Pokemon also, I forgot the name of the ability, but you can't taunt, encore, or disable it. So yeah, you're not stopping the setup unless you kill it directly. Especially because one of the main moves it clicks is Draining Kiss, which helps us stay healthy. This mon also has access to Giga Drain if I'm not mistaken, so if we want to hit like ground types and water types with that, we can do that as well. We also get Stored Power to help us deal with poison types after we set up a bit. We also get Terra Blast, which gives us an option into like fire types and steel types. Let's be real, Terra Ground, but you know, it is what it is. And since I did bring up Stored Power, we do get Calm Mind and Acid Armor, so we can use Calm Mind and go for like a special sweep, as well as use Acid Armor to help us take the physical hits really well as well. Like I said, you have to kind of kill this mon like directly, and if you can't do it, it will be annoying. And we're happy to have you on the team, Little Miss. I'm gonna show everyone just how good you really are. So for the last round, I really wasn't going to use my 5 point. I only have 5 points left. I wasn't going to use my 5 points for anything, but then I noticed, well, we're only missing a Psychic, a Rock, or a Ice type. 2 of those types are not that important to me. I do think Psychics are like decent, so I was like, you know what, screw it. What can we get for 5 points? Since Cyclizar is my only hazard removal, I figured it'd be pretty cool to pick up this Pokemon right here in the form of Espeon, who we nicknamed Raven. That's the name of our shiny Espeon. And, you know, it has the ability Magic Bounce, so if you try to set hazards on me, we just bounce them back. This Pokemon is also a really good special attacker with 130 special attack and 110 speed, so I have a pretty fast team. And 95 Split F, so good special bulk. The physical side's a lot to be desired, but we have Klefki to help out with that a little bit, right? This thing is really, I really just picked it up because of the the magic bounce. It's a pretty strong psychic type. You get psychic and you get Psyshock, so if you're ever in front of like a really like specially bulky mon like Spadefmon, you can hit it with Psyshock. You get Dazzling Gleam for the dark types, so they're not really safe in front of you, as well as getting Calm Mind to boost up, and you also get Morning Sun to stay healthy. So this mon is like a little, you know, good little budget deal. But yeah, guys, that is Espeon, that is the team. I think I've said everything that needed to be said. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you, because I know your boy be yapping sometimes. So thank you for sitting through my yap session, and hopefully I can provide a really good season to everyone who took the time to watch this. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, everybody, peace out.